Hello, anyone and everyone watching or to whom this might concern. My name is Jake Sewell, or Jacob Sewell, whatever it is in Canvas. This video is for COM 381, and I will be talking about Chapter 1 in Leadership. So, digging deep into this, Chapter 1, it first defines what leadership is. Now, to a common person, leadership could just be a plain defined answer, but to us, to this class, and to this book, it is so much more. So as we dig into defining what leadership is, we go into what the nature of human communication is, and that is very complex, stated by the chapter. And then it goes on to define what leadership is, and it's a special form of human communication. And it had 4 points right by it, and I thought these were very important. So it's leadership is about who you are, how you act, what you do, and how you work with others. I think all those points are tremendously important. The how you act part, I couldn't tell you how many times as a football coach, when the football coach was in high school, he would always tell me how you act is going to represent how you lead the football team, and what you do off the field will represent how you're defined as a leader, and then how you work with others, I think, is probably the most important point out of all this, and I think that really defines what a leader is and how they are able to work with others. But I still think there's a little bit of a kick to that. So now going into my 4 main points, kind of summarizing it. So number 1, what did I find to be the most important thing that I took out of this chapter? And that was that leadership is a fundamental element of human condition. I think that kind of just states for itself that leadership is an element that we need as humans. We need leadership. We need it every day in our lives, and I think it really is vital for our success as humans. Now, number 2, the thing I agreed with upon the most is that leaders attract universal attention. Now, when I was trying to figure out what I agree with, what I disagree with, this popped up before I even got to any of the bullet points. This was number 1 on my list. I think that this was just, I couldn't stop agreeing with it, because leaders do attract universal attention. You can use modern day example. They're literally anyone and everyone. They're going to attract universal attention if they are a leader. For example, since we just watched a fight, Conor McGregor not too long ago. Yeah, he is from a different country besides the United States, but the universal attention he attracts for just being a leader and being who he is, I think is just crazy, and I couldn't agree with that more. And I think that just shows volumes as to just so many of these, I guess if you want to say sports stars, you could relate it to that. Now, number 3 is what I disagree with the most. Now, this one's it's going to have to get a little bit of an explanation for this, but I believe that leaders and followers, the thing I disagree with most is leaders and followers function collaboratively. Now, you may be thinking, in order to have a leader with followers, they have to collab together. Yes, they do, but not at all times. There is plenty of leaders that, yes, they don't collab with their followers entirely, but yet they still lead, and they still have these followers because they know that they are a leader. They have shown through example that they are able to lead, and they are able to lead effectively. Now, I couldn't really stop at just one thing I disagreed with, because I kind of wanted to put another one I kind of disagreed with. But again, these aren't entirely what I disagree with, but to a certain extent. And the other one was leaders are impression managers. And when I kind of read that, I was like, okay, there's a little bit to do with that. I just think that, yes, they are impression makers, but to an extent. There are some leaders that really don't care what impression they make. How they lead is how they act. That is just who they are. And I thought that was kind of the little thing I disagreed with. And then the final one is the most interesting thing I thought of is leaders know how to utilize emotion. or utilize their emotions. And I think that out of all the things, and I did sort of kind of know that, but I just think that without a leader that knows how to utilize his emotions, I think that he's not a leader. You have to have someone that is able that can keep their calm, understand what's going on, and be able to address it in a manner to the point where their followers won't be worried, upset, or hurt. But that's all I have. Sorry I went over the 5-minute mark a little bit, but I hope you enjoy. Sorry for the ums and the likes, but I'm looking forward to all your class this year.